Once again, this is Grand Open Atlanta. We are going into round number 5. So far, we've seen some pretty good matches, right?
Yeah, pretty great matches, I would say, and a lot of diverse decks as well. And now, as we get onto round 5, I think we see some consolidation in the deck archetypes and colors. I
Yeah.
mean, where where do you think we're gonna go from here,
Yeah, I
John,
mean, I
in
was
terms of
just taking a peek at that as you were saying it. I think so. Right now, we're down to I think 9 undefeated players left,
Mhm.
and it looks like it's mostly. I mean, we have what 3, 4 white decks. I got a couple red decks. I
Yep.
think there's maybe one purple deck, and I
Yes.
think that's about sums up. I don't think any yellow decks have made it through unscathed. I think they've all lost to either red or some other matchup. But there's a couple of white aggro that are actually toward the top tables, as well as a purple aggro slash mid range that we might try to grab too. It's been, you know, quite the diverse field, which is more than I expected. And we're
Mhm.
starting to see some really cool decks and some solid players.
Agreed. Yeah, there are a couple of aggro decks. There is especially one white aggro that is a huge flashback into set two white aggro meta, and quite disrespectful towards the two main addition in this set, anti aggro being Ritual Fire and Flood Stream. But it
Yeah,
seems like it's been working for them.
yeah. One of the white decks that we've been kind of hearing about and just looking at is just straight aggro, no respect at all for anything
Yeah,
that Emmy just said.
yeah,
It's just pretty much 30, 40 cards in his deck cost 1 or 2. So he's
yeah.
4-0, obviously doing very well. And
Hmm.
then there's, let's see, Alex Blandon's 4-0, Daniel Zeidenberg's 4-0. I mean, so it's got a lot of,
There's
see, Anthony
Anthony.
Alvarez is 4-0. Yeah. So, of course, Rex Mendoza. So there's some teammates up there, of course, with Alex and Dan, Anthony and Rex. So we're going
Yeah.
to start seeing some pretty strong players here battle out the rest of the
Yep.
day.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are halfway through, right? I mean, we are going into round 5. And if you're 4-0, you must feel really good. But the day is still long and you need that 6-2. Realistically,
Yeah.
a 7-1 to be. Uh, to be securing the top 16, so you got to stay focused, right? We've seen it personally in the past. You win 4 games, but there are 3 4 more, so you start getting the fatigue from the day, but you gotta keep that focus on. And I know for sure a lot of these players do have that in them, so we're gonna
Yeah.
get into the game very soon. Really excited for
Yeah.
round 5.
That's a great point that you just made, is that the fatigue really starts to set in, right? So going 4-0 in an event this size and of this magnitude, you know, you do feel really good because if you're 4-0 that you only have to go 2-2 to really make top 16 with the tiebreakers that you'll have. Uh,
Hmm.
you want a 3-1 or 4-0 ideally, obviously,
Hmm.
but being able to go 2-2 does take a little bit off, a little edge off, makes you feel, a little better. The players that are X1 right now are the ones that really, it's really got to be hitting you mentally.
Yeah, and if you're 4-0, it means that you're going against another 4-0, which
Yep.
it means the level of the games is just going higher and higher. So not only
Yeah,
you're starting to get tired, but also you're demanded for more and more to get the next win. So definitely here
for
is
sure.
where we start seeing. Mhm.
Yeah. So you
Mm.
see the decks and players that are undefeated now. We were just talking about this. You have your Daniel, who's been here time and time again. Alex, of course, has been here pretty much every event. Rex, Anthony, these players have been here time and time again, so they know what the mental strain's like. So, what do you think about these other players who maybe are playing their only second, third event ever, maybe, that are currently 4-0? Do you think they're under more pressure, or do you think that they, are feeling okay?
Hmm. I think that's a great point. I mean, maybe the pressure is more on those you call it pro players, right? That play professionally at that level in terms of results. I mean, I've faced myself, Dan, and Alex when I played in Glasgow. I
Mhm.
played Dan in top four and Alex in the final, and they're definitely I think feeling that pressure because they're expected to do well. I hope maybe that the other players might like enjoy a bit more of a I guess like not pressure on that sense. So I don't
Yeah,
know if Alex and Dan are putting pressure on themselves. Anthony as well, great player. We played in Utrecht. He's doing super well together with Rex. They're playing the same deck. So yeah, I'm not sure. I guess the level of pressure really depends on the person, but we will see if that's gonna play a part in the next round for them.
yeah, yeah. So it looks like the pairings are up for next round. So the players are going to be heading to their seats, and we're going to be getting a match here uh, pretty soon. Looks like there's going to be a couple. Let's see, one, two Agromirs, a couple red decks. So we'll see what we can get for stream. Try to make it exciting for you guys. And yep. So we are going to be getting table one here, which is two players who are of course 4-0, featuring one player who everyone is very familiar with, Alex Blandon, and the other player Jeremy Kua, who is someone that I'm
Yep.
not familiar with, but is really cool to see up here doing very well at 4-0. Of
Yeah,
course, Alex has played
absolutely.
red. Let
Jeremy.
me see what.
Yeah, I mean, it goes without saying, and Jeremy is wrapping a white. So yet again, another white deck.
Yeah,
I think at the beginning we kind of called it out, like red is coming back to kind of deal with yellow. So white players are having
yeah.
a pretty good day today.
So this is interesting. So I'm actually really glad that this is our matchup. I know people hear red against white and they're like, not again. And I get it, but this particular white deck is pretty cool. It's not
Mm,
control, it's not aggro, it's like your middle of the road uh tempo style white deck. It has cards like Joker in it, as well as the bounce cards that you'd be used to seeing, but also plays cards like Dragonoid, Assassin, and Dardina. So it's very interesting. I'm curious to see how this matchup goes against Alex, who is someone who knows the white matchup very well, but I'm curious to see if he'll be thrown off by something a little different.
yeah, I was just double checking the list. So is Jeremy? Let me see, because I might have been looking at a different white control. Let me double check. Um, yeah, no, it is. I see the Curse Dragon inside, but it looks like he's playing the. I think this is a similar list to Liverpool that made top eight with the Canyons, with three vanillas, the Emperador, Machine Beast. Um, am
I
I
don't
on
know
the
if
right one, John?
I don't know if you're looking at the right one, but we're going to find out
Mhm.
here soon enough. As soon as we get to the match, we'll see who's
Yeah,
playing.
I
But
don't know if
you
I.
know, I I know for certain Alex is playing red. So I mean, that's I can't
Okay,
think of anything else
yeah,
he,
that
he would
we
be
know for
playing. But
sure. Oh, I might be looking at a previous
yep,
submission. He might have resubmitted. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it happened. So it was players could resubmit the list, and it seems like Jeremy did go with one version and then yeah, kind of change
And
it up
I would say that it definitely
completely.
worked
Yeah,
out
yeah,
since he is 4
absolutely.
and 0. So just looking at some other matchups this round to look towards the future, Rex is playing against Daniel. Thomas Calder,
Mhm.
Jack Walker, another aggro matchup, and then Anthony Alvarez against Justin Commissar, which I think is a control against red matchup. So looks like it's a lot of white
Yeah.
against red this round. So I mean, I think every
Yes.
single match is white against red except for one. So
Hmm.
that's just at the
Yeah,
top tables here. A lot of red, a lot of white, and then a couple green decks. So that's what we have to look
absolutely.
forward to in the next couple rounds.
Hmm. And
Yep, and
I
let's
think we're
jump
ready.
right
So
into the round 5 match.
let's do it.
There we go. So we got
Yeah. So we
Alex on
have
the right against Jeremy on the left here.
great. Yeah. Yeah. See Jeremy's list right now is very similar to Andre's list from top 4 in Liverpool. A list that we've seen in Utrecht as well. So yeah, we'll see how Alex decides to play against that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we got Jeremy on
Is
the left here,
Alex? Yeah,
cutting
is
Alex's
Alex
deck
wearing
5
his
ways.
lucky shirt?
Yep, Alex is
Yeah,
wearing his standard trophy husband shirt, and
yeah,
looks like we're gonna get ready to go.
fantastic.
Looks like they're looking for a way to randomize who the first player will be.
Ah, I see. Okay, I've never seen that before.
I
That's fun.
don't know. All right, that was exciting.
All right, anything goes, I guess, to choose a first player.
Hey,
But
that was random, right? So
yeah, okay, I think they're checking
yeah,
that
I think they're
side
just double
is
checking, make
all
sure side
in
checking.
order.
There we go. All right. So Alex is looking for an an aggressive start, like we've talked about. Jeremy on the
For
left
sure.
is mulliganing. Alex is stopping him just because Alex has to make a choice now, whether he's
Hmm.
mulliganing or not. Jeremy does have to choose first, so that's relevant. Alex's
Yeah,
hand is pretty bad, so I think that's why he's considering.
yeah, and we have seen. I think it was round 3 where Oz did decide and did
Mhm.
those 2 burning forces that were key for winning.
Yeah,
So yeah, we'll see if
yeah.
his mulligans
I think
pays off.
Alex's hand is very spirit light, but
Hmm.
he decides to keep. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
if he
that
has a turn
extra
one
card.
play. I think that's yeah. Like
Hmm.
I think his hand is just like Apollo, Dream Bomb, like Ice Shield, Burning Force.
Yeah, it just passes, I guess.
Well,
Um,
Jeremy's gone first, so
yeah.
Jeremy goes
Um,
first and plays Starblast draw. His hand is
yep.
a whole bunch of white tempo cards. Ooh,
Yep.
okay,
And we see an eagle.
Eagle. Okay, that was good for him because otherwise, I don't think he was
Hmm.
doing anything that turn.
Yeah, exactly. So he really needed that, but I guess when he decided not to mulligan, he kind of
Yeah.
knew that statistically it was a good chance
Mm-hmm.
to find one
So let's see
lower
how
cost
Jeremy
card.
decides to play this game. Having all these tempo cards. Okay, he's just starting off
Oh,
right
let's
away
see.
with bouncing the eagle. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think he realizes how good of a play that was because like Alex's hand is so clunky.
Yeah. Um, Valkyr will bounce the eagle and swing for 1 life. And
Oh
now
man, so he
Alex
drew Dino
immediately
Man.
knows. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So
Um,
he's just kind of getting bailed out here by his draws because now he can just go
yeah,
Dynamite Eagle, yeah, which is exactly what he's doing. Um, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
this
But now he
is
knows what's he's facing, so
yep.
um,
I think
can't
Jeremy
really.
has a Valkyrie in his hand though. Let me see.
He
Uh,
paid
guess not.
3.
He has another Valkyrie mist. It looks like.
No, he's paying a Jet Weaver.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So Jet Wyvern
which has
has a 4K
mm-hmm. It
and
has
passes.
purple
All
and
right.
white armor.
Yeah, yeah. It takes a lot of
And
cores
Alex
to
plays
make
a
it big, but
yeah.
plays a
Alex
canyon and sets
plays
his
a canyon.
burst. I think his burst is a Starburst draw.
Is it? Yeah, I
I,
mean,
mhm.
I would hope for Alex. um, I mean, you do set an eye shield here as well against this deck, but if you have the Star Blast, like you can expect another Valkyrie, can expect the other Valkyrie and the Joker. So
Yeah.
definitely if you win summon.
So he's making Eagle a 5, Dino Man, of course, is a 6.
Wow, he
Well,
is thinking, do I attack
if
here?
he's
Do I
thinking
not
about
attack?
attacking here, yeah, okay. Well, then
Yeah,
his burst isn't a Starburst draw. Like, I don't think he'd ever
yeah,
attack if his burst was a Starburst draw.
yeah.
So it's got to be Ice
Wow, that
Shield.
that was interesting because seeing him playing the canyon, I thought he would just use that turn to really just consolidate a bit. It's just saying hi to us. Consolidate
Yes, in
the board, but
typical way.
decides to.
So we got a Bullet
Yeah,
Ray from Jeremy. There's a Valkyrie Miss. So here's where
and
we
there you
tell
go.
if it's a Starburst or not.
Yeah, if it's a Starburst
Okay,
draw, that's bad
not a
news.
Starburst.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he had a Starburst in his
Now,
hand, but
mhm. So I mean, Jeremy has 2 Burning Force targets. There you go. So
yep,
the
there we
2.
go. But I mean,
Um,
Alex is still going to 2 this turn.
yep, he is going to. The Ice Shield will survive,
Yeah. Yep.
but I think Chat Weaver has 2 cores, right? That's a solo core.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a
Hmm.
2 core 4K right now, and then Bullet Ray's a 5K.
Yeah. One thing we know, and I
Well, there's an Ice
think,
Shield from Alex there too.
yeah. So let's see. On the Apollodinus, which
Oh
does
yeah,
swing for the
5.
Bullet Ray.
Yep.
Yeah. So
There's the Eagle 3. Gonna core up
this is a
the Dino Man to a
yep.
5K.
That's a
Yeah. So Apollo's gonna swing here and take out the Bullet Ray,
yeah.
which is pretty
It's
huge
really
now.
good
Yeah.
for Alex. Yeah.
And then Alex is probably
And
going to pass and try to reserve this Ice Shield. Well, he did this draw
I
second one, I
mean,
think.
yeah. He's just oh,
I
but
mean, if you're
now
going
he
to do
can
this, then yeah, I was going to
suppression.
say,
Yeah, he's I think that's a good call.
yeah. I mean, suppression's not good enough, right? Because suppression just makes it a 5, right?
I
Well,
mean, yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah,
he's a oh no, he is a 5. Yeah, yeah, sorry,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
So
Dynamite's a
yeah,
5. So,
yeah,
all
so
right.
you
So
want an
Alex
ice
cracks the
shield.
shield, which is his plan for the turn. Uh, so I think we're just going to trade shield pops here.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Let's
Jeremy's probably
see.
going to try to set up this suppression.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pegasion's pretty good.
Yeah, Pegasus are right. I think being
Yeah,
able to
yeah,
resist
true.
purple, like it
Yeah,
has purple. The only thing though, yeah, you cannot put him to 7K.
yeah. You can't put him to 7 because the Apollo is just going to kill him, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I mean, it works out for him, I think. So it's gonna
Yeah. So
swing
it's going to swing, pop the
of the ice
shield.
shield. Yeah.
Alex is going to pay, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And
Let's see what we can
yeah,
draw here. I'm pretty
does
sure
he
Alex
have
has
another
another
one?
ice shield. No, there's a ritual fire
I
too.
think.
Yeah,
Oh,
besides he doesn't need it.
okay. Guess so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's setting ice. Yeah,
Some of the
I was pretty
action.
sure he has
Yeah,
a
yeah.
second one in his hand. So I can't
Mm.
tell if Pegasione has 4 cores on it or 5. I think it just has 4, so it's just a 4K.
It's 4, I think. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
3 cores and 1 soul core.
yeah,
Which will allow for paying 3, keeping the Jet Weaver alive. Oh,
yep.
Jet Weaver
And
has a lot of cores.
well, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cores, which isn't enough. It
And
takes 6 to be
here's
a 7K.
yeah. Yeah, but again, he doesn't want that 7K, right? Because
Right, exactly.
Polydinus could pop. So Alex now, I mean, he needs the cores
So
on the spirits.
yeah, here's something to consider: is that uh, if you're worried about suppression, you want
Hmm.
to make Apollo a 7K, right? Because then all of his spirits would be a 7K with a suppression.
Yeah, Apollo has Awaken, so he can decide to
True, yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
flash in response.
Yep.
So I think
So
when we see the suppression on the Pegasian, we'll see the
right,
response flash.
exactly. So
Hmm.
I'm certain Alex will see that. I mean, he's probably played this matchup 100 times.
Yeah,
See, see what happens. So Jeremy's thinking.
yeah, I think he's.
He probably realizes that the Apollo is gonna do some work here, but
Hmm. So, yeah, because you can't trade.
so there's the block.
Hmm. Okay.
I mean, it's just a
Wait, is he?
4K.
Yeah.
And Stano Man's a 5K. So Alex is perfectly content with
Just
this at the moment. I think Alex
yeah.
was asking a
Just
judge
trying to
question.
think. Okay,
Okay,
so
there you go. Yep.
maybe he
So that's the right
wants
order.
him to think that. Yeah.
So there's the suppression, making that a 7K. Alex is fine with that. He's just going to flash Awaken onto the Apollo,
Yep. Oh,
or
he's
not.
not flashing Awaken. I guess you
Is it?
don't need because you're trading
Okay.
already.
Yeah, Apollo
So
already has
it's
5 cores
yeah.
on him. I couldn't tell
Actually,
from the
yeah,
art.
you don't want to trade. Yeah. No, no,
Yeah.
but also, yeah, you don't need to flash because it's already 7v7, so the trade was already there.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah,
Yeah.
it was more on the Dino. So we see, oh, okay, we see a
Derm
Dyna
and
and
okay.
a Bullet Ray, and
So are
now
we going to get a Burning Force even? Okay.
Burning Force.
Then I
So
think,
then,
yeah,
that's it. I think.
yeah, I think this is
I
going to be
mean,
it.
hmm.
So
That's
Alex doesn't
all
have to
Jeremy
do
could do
much
though.
here. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So Alex is just going to go ahead and Dream Bomb, and then just try to swing for game. Okay.
And there
So
you have it.
Alex
Yes.
takes game
So
one with a pretty standard red game there. I mean, that's pretty much how
yeah.
most of red games play out. Um, whereas on Jeremy's side, he was a little too slow coming out of the gates and just let Alex kind of take
Hmm.
over.
Yep.
Didn't draw any of his defense and just got run over.
That's right. I mean, he found the 2 Valkyrie at the beginning, but I mean, red
Yeah.
spirits are so cheap. Like you can play them back,
Mm-hmm.
and Alex had the cores, and they they got pretty big. And I think the pivotal moment there was that burning force on the Jeremy swing, taking away the 2 Valkyries.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that was a pretty huge one.
plus you have to consider that Jeremy did mulligan into a hand that was not
Yep.
great. So that's certainly put him on the back foot right away. And then on the other side, Alex got a little lucky by drawing into the Dino Man.
Oh yeah, those two top decks, I think the Eagle and the Dynaman were very well
Yeah,
timed. But
yeah.
now, if you're Jeremy, what do you do? Like, what do you side in?
Well,
What's your
you
best?
you kind of go a little slower, right? So you want to board in Greg Armor. You want to board in Elks, I would say. The Godslings aren't awful in this matchup. Uh,
Hmm.
maybe, but I think you want Greg Armor and Elk for sure. Maybe board in one Flood Stream just because that's all you have. Uh, whereas you might want to be taking out, you know, maybe the Bullet Rays. Maybe you just don't go as fast, right? You kind of have to just commit to either being aggro or being more mid range.
Yeah, I think Alex is asking the chat what he should side in. He's showing his side to the camera. We'll see. I think Jeremy here has to make the right call because,
Yeah.
I mean, Elk could be a good way to side in. I still think that Elk against Apollo Dinos feels really bad.
Yeah.
So
No,
you need
that's
to,
worth considering.
especially without the Nomen cities, like you have to hard cast it and you're weak to the Dragno King and the Apollo Dinos. So I
Yeah.
don't know. It's a tough call for sure.
Yeah. You have to think like is Elk better in this matchup or is Durham Dino? I mean, I guess both of them have merits. I don't think you want to keep in Jokers. Joker is pretty bad in this matchup, so you probably put in Greg Armors for Jokers, which leaves room for at least one more card. So
Yeah, playing into red with 11-1 summon, you're just asking for trouble. And
yeah,
it might work on game one, but game two, for sure you're not going to see any Star Blast play from hand, and then you have to
yeah,
really think thrice if you want to play a one summon.
for
But
sure.
I think we're
Yeah,
ready for
absolutely.
game two here.
Yep. Game
Oh,
two
so let's see
now.
who starts.
Jeremy's going to be on the play and starts off
Oh, I see
with,
it.
yeah, he's mulliganing
Oh,
again.
second mulligan. I
Yeah,
didn't see his
his hand
end.
was it was not good. It was like I don't even remember, but he had like no good
Hmm.
turn one plays,
Hmm.
which is unfortunate for him.
Yeah, no, great.
Let's see what it's got. Oh, so he kept Jokers
So
in.
yeah. I think he had one in the first hand as well. He obviously sided in the Greg armor. I mean, we didn't even mention
Yeah,
it. He
of
has
course.
three
Yeah.
in the side. That's a
Yeah. He's
immediate side in.
got two in his
Uh,
hand. Yeah.
Maybe
But
for the
this is
Dragonoid.
unfortunate. He doesn't have a turn one play here, so this is unfortunate for him.
Yeah, not having a turn one play on this deck is kind of crazy because, like, I think there's like 15 spirits that you can play in turn one. So it's a bit rough for Jeremy. But Alex decides not to swing and spare him, so he's kind of
Yeah.
free
So it
to
looks like we're just gonna
get
get
on
a
with
yeah.
his.
There's a Grid Gamer
Hmm.
in a
I don't know
burst.
if I would have played Gargammer here. Um,
Yeah, like I think that's fine. You
yeah,
want to establish some spirits that stick around, right? So
for sure.
playing a playing a
But just
Valkyrie
because he
Mist, that
has the Valkyrie, hmm,
yeah,
just to dodge the Star Blast, I guess. But
yeah,
oh
yeah.
wow,
It's
that's so
but
good for
pretty good
Alex.
turn from Alex. Alex is probably gonna at least attack with Dilophosa here.
Yep, might as well. Obviously
Yeah,
cannot block, so
yeah.
um,
He's trying to figure out what to play around, but I think it's pretty obvious.
yep. And Great Armor does not get a BP
Yeah,
boost on level 1, so he's just gonna take that
yeah, just
life.
2K. Yep.
Yep.
So Alex passes, leaving Dino Man up as a defender.
Yeah. What does have Jeremy in his burst? Do you know?
Pretty sure it's a nice shield.
So he drew into his second Ice Shield, which kind of lets him play the Valkyrie Mist with
Hmm.
confidence.
Yeah,
We see
yeah,
some really good defensive spells. So he's just gonna swing with Valkyrie, get the life,
yeah. I mean,
and he's
you're
gonna
supposed to
pass.
swing with Greg Armor there too. I mean, Greg
Yeah,
Armor's never blocking here,
100%.
right?
No, because he goes to 5k, and you know that,
Yeah,
like, it's either gonna be a Dynoman or an Eagle. So at best case, you're gonna trade.
yeah,
And even if you do suppression, you're not getting over that 5k. So I would have definitely swung with the Grey Armor
yeah,
there.
yeah. Because you have to think like Alex cores up the Canyon, and now you have a 7K Dino Man. Like I think,
That's right.
and a 9K Dilfoza. So let's see what he does here.
Hmm. Still, like, I think it's not easy for Alex now, because you can go wide and swing, but I mean, you.
Yeah, so we're coring up Dilfoza. It's an 8. Okay, so there's the
Yeah.
core on that. So now everything is, see, Eagle's a 6, Dilfoza's an 8, and Dino Man is currently a 3, but of course it gets
Hmm.
bigger. So I think he's just
Yes.
going to
Think.
offer up the trade here. Uh, yeah.
Wait. Don't you swing with the Dilophosa
No,
first?
like Alex is trying to bait a
Hmm.
trade.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Nice.
if your
I
opponent
like
doesn't
that.
trade, yeah, if your opponent doesn't trade, then the Dilophosa is always hitting.
Hmm. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah, see,
the
and that's why I thought that attacking with the Greg Armor was best because Alex could
yep.
always maneuver it to where it never has any good blocks.
I mean, actually, to Jeremy's credit, like, now he doesn't have to use a knife shield, doesn't have to use
True.
a
Yeah,
suppression,
absolutely. There is
and
some merit to
so
that for sure.
hmm, let's see.
See what we can
He's
draw
going
here.
his
So
turn. Finds an Ant Man.
yeah, Worker Ant Man's not bad here because it makes sure Thorn Prison is easier to play.
Yep,
So now we're
for
going to just
sure.
core up the Greg Armor. So I think I would put. I mean,
Oh,
still, it's
interesting.
hard.
Yeah, I think he is kind of like learning from the previous game.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't want to lose. I mean, that's not true. I mean, the Valkyrie Mist is still only 3k, so why don't you just core up your
Yeah, your Greg
Grey
Armor.
Armor? Mm-hmm.
So Dino Man's going to block as a 2K, it looks like. What's Alex going to do here?
Yeah,
Is he going
I
to
believe so.
flood?
Yeah. Oh,
Going to flood the
Floodstream for
Greg Armor?
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the Grey Armor, which, yeah, it works out for Alex. And now, is that another? No, it's not another Greg. Oh, it is another Greg Armor in Jeremy's hand, I think. What's happening?
Well, because Dino Man becomes a 6K when he sacrifices
Oh,
the.
of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he actually paid the core from the Dino for some for some reason.
Right.
No, absolutely. So going back to Two Spirits, the Dynaman became a 6k. Was able to
Right.
block efficiently the Ant-Man.
And then Jeremy couldn't
Now
really
Alex
play his Floodstream because then he wouldn't have enough cores
Alex
to.
needs to dis. Did he discard? Sorry, it was really
Yeah,
fast. I
yeah.
didn't see.
Yeah.
I'm sure he
He
did.
just got
Yeah.
a Dilfosa. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there's Thorn
Oh, and we see
Prism.
a Torn Prison
And we're just going to.
and an Ice Shield.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, yeah, he had to use 2 cards.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
mean,
you
at
need to
that point, don't you
defend.
just? Yeah, at that point, don't you just? eye shield, I guess.
Yeah, I
Like,
think you just ice
I
shield
guess
himself
now
with Thorn
you want
Prison.
to. I mean, I think he's saying, well, you don't have another eye shield. I'm gonna pop that one and then go
So
for
Alex
game.
is down to 2 cards. I
I
mean,
still don't understand why he's keeping the.
okay,
I mean,
Jeremy,
hmm,
set that ice shield, my dude. He didn't set his ice shield from his hand.
nah.
No,
Maybe
no,
is to let Alex believe that he's safe.
maybe.
But
Yeah, I
oh
mean, I
gosh,
guess. So he's making
it
Dino Man a
doesn't.
9K here. Just doing
Yeah.
just doing Dino Man tricks.
Hmm. I really wanted to see that Grey Armor cored up instead of the Pegasian, because like if it has a Apollodinus again, like we
Apollo,
know,
yeah.
yeah, but I don't think you found it. So I discarded a Reach for Fire.
And there's the
Oh, there you
Apollo.
go. Never mind.
Just like you
Yep.
said.
Mm, yeah, that's unfortunate. And he's gonna be
Yeah.
able to just swing. Oh gosh, yep.
This should be
I
game. I
mean,
mean, he has to play the ice shield from hand. Uh, go down to 1, I guess, and then try to get Alex on the crackback. But I mean, Alex has what we assume an ice shield set.
yep. I mean, to be fair, sorry, like Great Armor is 5k on 4 cores as well, and the
Yeah,
armor doesn't
true.
help. So, I mean, yeah, it wasn't a great way to do it. Wait,
Oh, he's not even playing the
oh,
ancient from hand. I guess he's just
I,
accepting his fate here.
he's just gonna flash it now. Uh,
You can
but
see Alex's reaction, like, okay, that's the game we're playing.
yeah, sure, yeah.
So draw a Thorn Prison there,
Uh,
which,
yep,
I mean,
it's a bit too late.
yeah, a little too late because we can play Joker, put Alex
Yep.
down to 2, but he can't crack the. Oh, Starblast. Wow. Okay, there's the ice.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. Never
but now he's
mind.
thinking like, pretty sure we're just drawing 2 more here. Yeah. Wow.
So
Okay.
the
So I
aggro
guess he
deck
actually was
lost.
in danger of yeah, Alex was in danger of losing this game actually.
Mm-mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't an ice shield, funny enough.
I mean, if he was at 2 lives and didn't have an ice shield, he would have lost here. Um, yeah, of course. If
Yeah,
this
come
and
down to
that, but
2, of course. And then now suppression and floodstream. Okay, so now we can just flood.
Floodstream is just,
Yeah.
yeah, flood attack.
So Alex should just flood the Grey Armor and then win, right? I mean,
Yeah,
pretty sure
that's right.
he realizes there's nothing to really play around. The opponent's got 1 card in hand. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
And just to be safe.
Yep. Stop it. He's already dead. Um,
So the Dino Man
geez.
tricks definitely kind of sealed this
Yeah,
game.
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, so there we
Yeah,
go.
that was
Alex takes it
very well played.
2-0 over Jeremy. Yeah, Alex played very well.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm. I mean,
yeah,
if you want a masterclass of how to play red, you definitely go to
yeah,
Alex. So definitely rewatch this game if you want to learn, especially those Dynaman tricks.
yeah,
Being
oh,
able
yeah.
to kind of bait
Absolutely.
a smaller spirit. So very well played from
Yes.
Alex.
So those players were 4-0. Alex moves to 5-0, and Jeremy moves to 4-1. So Alex just 1 went away from most likely sealing top cut, and Jeremy's got a little bit of work to do now. So,
That's right.
yeah, so
We
that was, you know, that's pretty much how white tempo goes against red. I know that we say that a lot, but It's Alex had all of the answers. Jeremy had to mulligan twice, had mediocre hands, and it was just never in either of those games. Unfortunately,
Mhm.
second game he maybe could have done something, but the Apollo kind of shut that down.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, Red found a really strong removal in a spirit with Apollo. I think many
yeah,
players, shout out to Kieran, my co-host in the Nexus podcast. He said multiple times Apollo Dynasty is his favorite card of set three, and he's
mm,
not even playing red right now, but it's still his
yeah,
favorite card, and it speaks to how strong it is, especially seeing how well it performs in this game. So
yeah.
just looking over the round, so we're again round five. We're halfway there. We actually picked the less aggro match, all
Yeah,
considered, and it still went
yeah,
pretty fast. Um, but definitely a great game, nonetheless.
yeah,
Just looking at some other tables finishing.
yeah. There's several games still going on. Like Emmy said, we got about half hour left in the round, so we'll cut away for a bit, and when we come back, it'll be round six, and we'll see what we can find for you. We'll see you then.
Yes. See you soon.